Welcome to This Dream House, the podcast that's all about the house. I am your host, ChefMarkKalix, and I'm here live at the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. My gosh, we used to be a radio show in the Denver area on 104.3 The Fan, and we would talk about sports and all kinds of great things. And my co-host, Kevin Draco, I don't know where he's at. I think he's on perpetual vacation. It's the life of a trophy husband. Who knows what he's up to? But last time I checked, I think I saw him on Facebook and he was in the Bahamas or Greenland. I don't know, but I know he's having a great time. So I'm very proud of him and his travels and the ability to do so. So Kevin, anyways, I just want to let you know that we miss you if you're listening. Looking forward to having you back on the show. And today, This Dream House is actually This Dream Outdoor Kitchen. And this is going to be an amazing show because we have an amazing guest. We have Alex Grando. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hey, Chef. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. So I asked you to come on because I know you are the number one source that I know when it comes to outdoor cooking and outdoor kitchens. So here's what we got planned for the show. I want to hear from you not only trends for 2024, because it is the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. But what really makes an outdoor kitchen special? Well, there's a little extra touches that really make an outdoor kitchen stand out. My first question for you, Alex, before we get into how you got into this business is what part of the country, because this is this podcast now, you can listen to it everywhere. What part of the country do you find outdoor kitchens are most popular?
Colorado obviously is a big one. I live here in Erie, so Colorado is a big outdoor kitchen area. California is huge with outdoor kitchens.
I could see that.
Texas is really big, obviously. Florida surprisingly does a ton of outdoor kitchens. I was surprised by that when I started with this company, but they do a lot. And it's kind of growing across the country, especially as people start moving. Especially the guys in California, as they're spreading out here, they're bringing, those concepts with them and those ideas of outdoor living with them. So it's growing across the country. But at least from what I personally have seen, Colorado is a big one. California is a big one. Texas, Florida, those are all big outdoor kitchen areas for sure.
Now, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I don't think I ever saw an outdoor kitchen, maybe ever. Living there. So the Midwest doesn't seem like a great place to have an outdoor kitchen because, quite frankly, the winters are so harsh. But are you seeing a trend at all in the Midwest region or areas that are traditionally kind of landlocked, snowy, cold? How would you overcome that maybe an outdoor kitchen that you can only use a couple of months out of the year?
Well, funny enough you say that. I am actually, as of this year, am going to become the regional outdoor manager for the Midwest market.
Okay.
So I'm going to learn all about that market and how to help them grow outdoor kitchens and get them more popular out there. But we obviously Colorado, we get snow, we get winters, and we still do really great out here, even in the mountains where we get hit hard in the winters. And out there, it's you see a lot of more with your outdoor kitchens. There's a lot more covered outdoor kitchens,
right,
to protect from the elements. You're seeing a lot more heaters and fire pits. Windbreaks become really important when areas with weather. But really, it's not kind of what you would see necessarily in California, where you got these big open beach views where nothing's covered, everything's just out in the open. So I noticed, at least from what I personally seen, and like I said, I'll see more in the Midwest this coming year. But the outdoor kitchens, when you're dealing with weather, it's a lot more. They've kind of got them up on decks, a lot of them, to keep them up out the snow. They're covered. There's hoods above a lot of them. There's space heaters. There's outdoor heaters. There's fire pits. There's windbreaks. So that's kind of what I've seen, at least with the states that have weather, because cold weather doesn't stop people from grilling in Colorado. So
No, no. I always say that grilling is a four-season sport here in Colorado.
yeah, 100%.
How did you get started in outdoor kitchens?
So I actually came from an indoor appliance background. I started at Sears back in the day. From Sears, went to Home Depot. Home Depot, I went to another appliance company for a while. Was a national trainer with those guys, and about 8 years ago, I found Lynx online. I applied for a job, and little did I know that when I was applying for Lynx, it was really I was applying for Middleby. So
Ah,
Middleby is the parent company. They own Lynx, but they also own. They've grown. I've been with the company for about 8 years now,
hmm.
um, and over the years, it just seems like every year we add more and more brands. So we have Lynx for outdoor. We have Kamado Joe. We have Evo, Masterbuilt, Jasper. And then on the indoor side, we have brands, really popular brands like Viking, Aga, Marvell, Tradewind hoods. So it's a massive company. So every year I'm learning something new. I'm learning about new brands or adding to our brand portfolio. But the nice thing is I started off with one brand doing outdoor, and now it's expanded so much. I have pretty much access to get you really anything you could possibly want for an outdoor kitchen, and we have guys out here in Colorado that do the indoor brands that could get you anything you want for an indoor kitchen.
Right. That's very cool. I know Middleby from the commercial side of cooking. From working in big commercial restaurants, I feel like I've seen that name pop up many, many times. So what I know is the demands of a commercial kitchen far exceed whatever a home kitchen or home outdoor kitchen could ever see. You know, you've got 10 cooks working 364 days a year, three shifts. So what that means to me is that I imagine some of the quality of the outdoor kitchen trickles into the home line of appliances.
Oh, absolutely. That's kind of a beautiful thing with Middleby is yes, we have a lot of brands on the residential side, but the commercial side is we are massive.
Hmm.
I mean, we have products in Five Guys and Subways and Starbucks. We're just all over the place. Benihana's. So the nice thing about having so many commercial products is just like you mentioned, we can kind of take some of those features in the commercial products and bring them to the residential side to kind of bring you that quality and performance that you would typically only see in a commercial kitchen. Now you can have some of those features in your own home.
Right. It's kind of like if you're an auto manufacturing, you have a race team, you know, you're trickling down things like that technology over time, you know, race on Sunday, sell on Monday.
Absolutely.
Um, we've known each other for a few years now. We've done some events, and you know that I love doing in-home cooking classes and demos, and get to show the range of how an appliance works. And you get to do that as well. So tell me a little bit about like if you were going to do a demo for a client. What are you gonna like? What are you looking forward to showing somebody about a Lynx grill?
So I really try to show them that you can do pretty much anything on one of our grills. So we have unique burners when it comes to our products, like the Trident burner that is unique to Lynx, where it allows you to get up over 1,000 degrees to get a nice sear on a steak. But on that exact same burner, you can dial it down to under 300 degrees and anywhere in between. So when I'm doing demos, I like to show that you're getting the quality and performance that you paid for. So I like to do things like something that requires a high heat, like a tri-tip. And then maybe on my middle burner, on that exact same Trident burner, I'll do something that requires medium heat, like a chicken. And then on my low burner, I'll do vegetables, or I've done seafood, or sometimes I'll combine it all into one meal where I'll sear a tri-tip, I'll do some chicken on medium, and then maybe my far left burner, I'll turn that one down on low and I'll throw some tortillas on there and do some street tacos all on the grill.
Yeah, I've had an opportunity to cook on a Lynx grill, I was blown away at the consistency, edge to edge, top to bottom. And what really surprised me was I turned my back and I started talking to some people, and I kind of forgot that, oh my gosh, I have all this food sitting here on this high power grill. And when I turned around, I expected to see everything charred, like burnt crisp, and it was just consistent. And so it's interesting to me. How do you think this Trident grill? And let me explain it for everybody listening. A Trident, like not Napoleon. Who's that dude from the sea?
Um,
Yeah, the god of the ocean.
oh,
Ne-
Poseidon.
yeah,
Yeah, with
Poseidon.
his trident. Yeah.
Yeah, Poseidon's spear. Think of that kind of three pointed spear. The dude from the ocean, man. and and so the gas comes out, splits into three, and then there's a couple of different technologies that Lynx has, but the one that true Trident grill, it's like infrared. Is that correct?
That's correct. So
Okay.
it's an infrared burner. So
Yeah,
nice thing about that Trident burner, we call it the Trident because of the shape, just like you said, you nailed by the ocean guy,
dude from the ocean. Yeah.
the ocean dude. So it is in the shape of like a Trident. That's why we call it the Trident burner. But it is an infrared burner. There's nothing between the burner and the grate. So you're getting the direct heat straight to the grate in the food, which means
No baffle.
your yeah, so it's instant heat up, it's instant cool down, it's very responsive. So you can go from searing a steak to doing vegetables within a matter of a couple minutes. If you have something on there and the burner's a little too high and it starts burning, you turn it down and the temperature immediately drops. You're not panicking and trying to take everything off of that burner and waiting for it to cool down, getting it back on the burner. It's instant heat up, instant cool down. The shape of the burner itself also virtually eliminates your flare ups. It reduces it by 2/3 or 66% compared to pretty much any other burner out there. Because of that shape, if you think about it, it makes sense common sense wise. So because it's a trident shape, most of the stuff that falls is going to completely miss the burner and just fall down into the firebox.
Mm-hmm.
On the top of this burner it's cut like a domed Inconel metal mesh. So what that does is if you have a chunk of something fall, instead of sitting on a flat surface turning into a fireball, it just kind of bounces off of it, rolls down into the firebox. So you don't have anything sitting there puddling up or turning into a fireball on you, causing more flare-ups. Really, the only flare-up you get is when grease or fat directly hits that burner. You may get a couple second flare-up and then it goes away. But the temperature range is over 1,000 to under 300. So every Trident burner is literally an all-purpose burner. You can have them all on low and do seafood across the board. You can put them all on high and sear 8 tomahawk steaks on a 36-inch all Trident grill. When it comes to maintenance, there's virtually no maintenance because the burners are self-cleaning. And all of our burners are lifetime warranty. The grates are lifetime warranty. The stainless is lifetime warranty. It's all American made, so it's not only performance, but it's longevity as well. So it's all about how it can benefit you, how it can make cooking easier for you, gives you versatility, and it's going to last you pretty much forever.
I will say, having experienced this, to me, it's almost like cooking on induction. In that it's instant. It's instant hot, it's instant cool, and it's a lot of control. And just like you can get in trouble with induction because it's so much higher of a high heat than you're used to. Oh man, it's too hot, and you just turn the thing down, like you mentioned, and you have this instant loss of heat. I didn't realize that's because the lack of the baffle. The baffle would hold heat, keeping radiating that heat up. So by eliminating all those different baffles and the way the air moves around, that makes sense that it's just way more instantaneous. But if there was such thing as an induction grill, to me, the Lynx almost works like that way. Granted, it's gas, not electric, but for lack of a better term, it's that instantaneous.
Absolutely. And I tell people all the time, the Trident burner is essentially like the induction burner of the gas grill world when you think about it. It has
Yeah.
the same benefits. Like we said, instant heat up, instant cool down, less maintenance, easier to clean up. It really is like the induction burner of the gas grill world.
Now, what about the garnish that really sets off an outdoor kitchen. So, what kind of products does Lynx have as far as accoutrement to this wonderful grill?
Absolutely. So the beautiful thing about Lynx is all Lynx does is outdoor. That's all they do. So that's all of their innovation, all their focus is 100% outdoor. So Lynx has been around since the mid 90s, and we pretty much do anything you can think of for an indoor kitchen, with the exception of a dishwasher. We pretty much make it for an outdoor kitchen.
You don't make an outdoor dishwasher?
We don't. And if
That
you
makes
have,
perfect sense.
if you need an outdoor dishwasher, I want to come hang out with you because I want to see what kind of job you have. But we have grills. We have different lines of storage and access stores. We have outdoor sinks. We have refrigerators. We have kegerators. We have gas and electric heaters. We have an outdoor oven. We have an outdoor griddle. I mean, really, there's not much that we don't do for outdoor that you couldn't do for an indoor kitchen.
There's a specialty product that I've seen, and it's a big kind of round griddle, kind of like Blackstone style griddle, but it's probably 4 feet round, and it's kind of got a rounded edge, and it's like you can cook on it from all 360 degrees around it. What is that product?
Yeah, so you're talking about the Evo. So the Evo is another one of our Middleby brands. It's like a sister brand.
Okay.
So Evo is based out of Oregon. It's essentially like a round, like you said, it's like a round griddle grill. So it's a very thick stainless steel rounded top. It's essentially, the best way to think about it is if you took a pan, flipped it upside down and put some burners underneath. That's essentially what the Evo is. So it's got dual rings, one in the middle, one on the outside. So you can do 2 completely different temperature zones. The drip tray goes all the way around the griddle. It can be built in, it can be freestanding. We have indoor and outdoor versions of it. It's typically about 30 inches wide. We do have a 25-inch version as well for indoor. But it's kind of like a Benihana's in your backyard. So you can cook on it from any angle. It's 360 degrees. I've actually had people come over and use my Evo. And, you ever got that one buddy that brings his steak and he's super particular about it? Like, I want to cook this way. Can you throw it on this long? So when I was cooking for everybody,
I might be that guy too.
That's all right. You know what? I don't knock you. But if I'm busy cooking for 4 other people, there's plenty enough room. All I got to do is scooch over a little bit. You can jump on the other side of that Evo and cook your food however you want it cooked.
So you could set this up as a like a teppanyaki, cook your own kind of thing.
Absolutely. You can make it communal. You can make it so, like, very entertaining. People can gather around it. It's definitely like a show piece, an entertainment piece, a community piece. You can have multiple people cooking on it, but it's definitely a fun piece. And on the commercial side, they actually make the teppanyaki grills for Benihana. So again, going back to that commercial side, the Evo, what you're describing, is the residential side. But
got it. Okay. And then I have one more question about outdoor kitchens. So sometimes when I'm grilling, particularly if it's raining or snowing outside, I pull my grill. I have the dinkiest, most pathetic grill you've ever seen. And doing an outdoor kitchen is on the list, and we're starting to budget for that, which is why I have this dinky little grill. And I pull it underneath my awning. I have like a built-in kind of wood, back patio cover. And that thing smokes up like crazy. The whole patio fills full of smoke. So is there a hood or vent that you're aware of that helps move smoke from outside, like out of a covered patio? Or if somebody's doing like, kind of a 3.5 season patio, what do you recommend for that?
Absolutely. There's outdoor hoods, and we do have an outdoor hood in the Lynx line it's a Sedona hood. So we have Lynx Pro and Sedona, 2 different lines. Both are premium, a little bit different bells and whistles on them, but both premium lines, same warranties, all American made. But our Sedona hood will work over the Pro or the Sedona, or really any brand of grill you have out there. It's an outdoor rated hood. So for us, we always say, if you have a grill outside and you have combustible material above the grill,
Yep.
you're going to want a hood to
Ah.
protect that material. Or in your situation, if you have smoke, there's outdoor hoods. So we have one line that we make in the Lynx line, but it's actually made by Tradewind, who is another Middleby company. Tradewind is made in Arizona, and all they do is hoods. That's 100% their focus. But they have outdoor hoods. They have outdoor barbecue island hoods. They have liners you can do. So you can do a custom cover and put one of their liners in it. But there's definitely a full range of outdoor hoods you can get. And we always recommend your hood is at least 6 inches wider than the grill itself. So 36-inch grill, you'd want a 42-inch hood above it.
Got it. Just to help capture that air.
To capture that smoke and all. Yeah, because it's you're going to have a lot more.
Is that a bigger fan? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is that a bigger fan to keep up with that direct heat from a 1,000-degree grill?
Yeah, so I know the ones in the Sedona line we have are 1,200 CFM.
Wow.
And obviously it depends on what kind of products and how much BT you're putting out below it, but you can always go custom and do Tradewind liners above them. And there's multiple sizes of liners, so you can kind of go as big or as small as you need to. But we always recommend at least 6 inches wider than your grill.
Well, as I'm sitting here designing and sketching out ideas for my own kitchen, that's probably maybe or maybe not why I asked that question. So thank you.
No worries.
Well, we're going to take a break here in just a few moments. I'd like to thank our sponsor, as always, Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom. And guess what? If you're looking for Lynx outdoor kitchens, Evo, or any of these wonderful products we've been talking about, go to appliancefactory.com or swing by any of their stores. Gosh, I think we're up to 23 stores in 5 states. I'm sure someone will correct me. I should know that. But these wonderful outdoor kitchen products, Appliance Factory Mattress Kingdom has got them. So make sure you check that out. All right, we're going to be back in just a few moments. Back with our special guest, Alex Grando.
Don't buy until you shop Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom. Save 30 to 60% on thousands of appliances. They get exclusive factory buys from the manufacturers at huge discounts and pass the savings on to you.
Welcome back to This Dream House, the podcast all about the house. I am your host, Chef ChefMarkKalix, and I'm here with our special guest, Alex Grando from Lynx Grills. He is the expert in outdoor kitchens, and I just think it's fascinating to hear about all the different ways you can customize an outdoor kitchen. Now, I was checking out the website, and I see this product, this Lynx product, this pizza oven, and it's got me fascinated. Doesn't a pizza oven kind of come across, at least to me, as just kind of a one-trick pony? Why would I want this in my outdoor kitchen?
So typically, yes, a pizza oven is usually a one-trick pony. That's why we actually changed the name of our outdoor oven to the Napoli outdoor oven instead of the Napoli pizza oven.
Oh.
So kind of going back to the Trident burner. So most companies, when you get an infrared burner on a grill, they call it a sear burner because it gets really, really hot. You sear your steaks or your meats. And once you're done, that's really all it does. It's either hot or it's off, which means if you're not cooking at a really high heat, you now have dead space in your grill. Well, similar concept when it comes to pizza ovens. Most pizza ovens are designed to get really, really hot. You throw your pizza in there for a couple of minutes, you spin it, you pull it out, and that's pretty much all it does. It's hot or it's off, and it cooks pizza. So we changed ours to the outdoor oven because ours, instead of being flame in the top or the back or the bottom that just gets really, really hot, we run 2 infrared burners down the sides of our oven. And inside of that oven is a concrete dome inside of this stainless steel enclosure. So the heat goes up, hits this dome, and circulates like a natural convection oven. But both of the burners are fully adjustable, so you can have full temperature control of what you want to cook. So yes, you can get over 750 plus degrees and cook a great pizza in it if you want to, but you can also dial it down and keep it in that kind of 200 to 400 degree range and do stuff that you would typically cook indoor. Like I've cooked mac and cheese in it. I've cooked briskets in there. I've baked cookies in it. I've seen chefs bake bread and cakes. And I've done vegetables in there. So it literally brings your indoor oven outside. So especially in the summer and the spring when you get those really hot days. You don't want to heat up your kitchen baking something, or maybe you're grilling and you want to bake something. There's no running in and out or heating up your kitchen. You can do everything outside. Another nice thing with that is we finish our stainless steel all the way around. So you can have the Napoli oven on a countertop. You can build it into an island. You can have it on a cart. But it's beautiful and finished all the way around with chrome polished edges. So it doesn't matter if it's against a wall or in the middle of an island. It's going to look good from any angle. It does come with a removable door as well. So if you want to bake, you can take the door on or off. And the pizza stone on the bottom is actually on ball bearings. So if you're putting something in, you can actually slide the whole stone out and not have to stick your hands into the oven to get something out or try to finagle it on the pizza peel that it comes with.
Right. Yeah, because we've all done that. If you've made pizza and it sticks to the peel when you're sliding it in, and then you got to reach into a 1,000-degree oven to try to save your pizza. I love that. That seems like a good safety feature, but also just usability feature. Does this have a thermostat? Can I set it directly to 350 degrees to bake cookies? Or is it more you need to experience the temperature and get a feel for how it works, which is true of most pizza ovens?
So it does have a temp gauge kind of on the top in the middle, but that temp gauge is going to act more like the temp gauge on the hood of your grill will work. So you're still going to adjust your burners to kind of get it to the temperature you want. The temp gauge will help let you know where the temperature is inside of the oven, so you're not guessing.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. It's not going to be like a traditional indoor oven where you type in the number 300 and it automatically kicks on to 300. So we're not quite there yet. I won't be surprised if we get there eventually with the way technology's going.
Sure.
But right now you're just kind of adjusting your burners and going by the temp gauge that's built into the oven itself.
Does this require a vent, this oven?
It does have a vent on the top. It's reversible as well, so it can be vented out the front or the back, which is kind of nice because, like we talked about, some areas it's cold, and I've actually used that thing when it's snowing outside, and I had that vent facing me because I wanted all the heat coming towards me, and on the opposite days when I'm cooking and it's 104 degrees out, I want all that heat going away from me. But it does have a vent built onto the top where you can have it going out the front or the back.
And somebody installing one of these in their home, do they need an electrical line as well as a gas line running to that appliance?
So you need just a standard 110 plug. That's going to run your lights in your igniter. So it does have lights on the inside as well, which is nice if you're cooking and it starts to get dark out. So plug will run the lights in the igniters. And then you'll need a gas line, either natural gas or propane. All of our products can be natural gas or propane, and they're all convertible as well. So you're not stuck if you buy your Napoli outdoor oven and then you move and want to take it with you, and your new house is a different gas setup. But yes, you're going to want just a standard 110 plug on a GFI outlet, and then either a natural gas or propane gas hooking up to it. But the nice thing is say you have a power outage and that power isn't working, you can still manually light that oven and use it even with the power out. You're just not going to have the igniters or the lights. And same thing goes for the grills as well.
Oh, that's fantastic to know, actually, because it seems like more and more, particularly indoor appliances, will not operate without power for safety reasons. For the igniters and things like that, they're all so computerized. So that's kind of a throwback. That's a nice thing to have.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not, especially if you live somewhere like we're talking about the Midwest or maybe in the mountains of Colorado, where you get a rolling blackout and some hits and your indoor appliances aren't working. You can still go out, get your long lighter and light up your grill, light up your oven, and still cook whatever you were planning on cooking indoors.
Got it. And so many of these grills seem to be, like a little battery for the igniter, and it lasts like 2 weeks, and then the battery dies, and then you forget to replace it. So that's a pain in the neck. I like that it's just plugged in and it's just done. It's just done right. So there's another brand that you mentioned, Kamado Joe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me tell you my experience with this Komados. You got to get the charcoal. You got to get the igniter. You light the thing. You wait an hour. You have no idea what the temperature is going to be. And they seem fragile to me. So that's been my experience. I haven't had a very positive experience with Komados in general. But you were telling me before we went on that Kamado Joe has something special. You were going to wait to tell me about that. What is it about Kamado Joe that you're so proud of?
So yeah, so Kamado is nice. So with Lynx, it's pretty much everything is gas, right? That's our gas line. That's our luxury outdoor kitchen line. Kamado Joe kind of brings you back to that charcoal cooking where people want to hang out and barbecue and slow cook, barbecuing versus grilling. So with Kamado Joe, it uses lump charcoal. A couple nice features with the Kamado though is we tend to use a little bit nicer carts on ours, so they're a little bit more heavy duty. The shelves are not made of wood, so they hold up to the weather better. We have spring assisted hoods. So I don't know if you've ever opened up one of those lids to a ceramic Kamado Joe style grill. Man, those lids are heavy. So with ours, you push a button, spring opens, and it's you can open that hood with one finger. So actually, we have something very similar on the Lynx grills as well. You can literally lift those with one finger as well. But like you were talking about, some of the big pain points with charcoal and Kamado style grills is people don't know how to light them. They're afraid to light them. It takes a while to get it up to heat.
That's me. This is why I don't do charcoal. I don't have the patience for it. So you're talking directly to me right now.
Yep. So what we did is we kind of took what the pellet grill guys do really well, and we put that into a charcoal grill. So we have something called a connected Joe. Clever marketing people came up with that name. It's a Wi-Fi connected Joe. So that pain point of, well, I don't know how to light the charcoal, and how do I build the pyramid, and do I need fire starters, and I want to stick my hand in there. So one of the things we added to the connected Joe was an automatic fire starter ring. So this grill, you plug it in. There's a button on the front. You just push this button, a automatic fire ring, that's a little heating element, kicks on, and it will light your charcoal within 15 minutes. Another nice thing is it has a digital screen on the front. So when you plug it in, you turn it on, you set your temperature to what you want the temperature of the grill to be. You hit that fire starter button, and it has multiple sensors in it and a fan at the bottom. Not only has sensors and a fan, it'll actually on the screen will tell you where to adjust your airflow, because that's another big pain point with charcoal is people don't know where to set the airflow openings to get it to the temperature they want. It'll actually digitally tell you, okay, open up all the way or open up halfway your airflow. You set your temperature, you hit your fire starter button, and within 15 minutes, it gets it up to the temperature that you set it to using the fan and the sensors and the automatic fire starter. So all those issues you had about, I don't know how to light it, I don't want to stick my hand in there, I don't know where to adjust the airflow openings, I don't know how to get it to the temperature I want and keep it to that temperature. It takes all of that away. You set your temperature, you push a button, and then you start cooking. And then it even has spots for meat probes. So you can pop a meat probe in your meat, set what temperature you want your meat to cook to. It comes with a free app, so you can pick a recipe off there if you've never cooked on charcoal, and you can track everything from your phone. So you don't have to babysit it if you've never done it.
So I'm trying to do a brisket. I can do this on the Kamado. And it's app guided. And will that charcoal last long enough, or do you have to refill the charcoal? Because I guess one of the things about one of those auger style cookers is that, they can go for a long, long, long time. Does that heat ring and the fan make the charcoal more efficient, last longer?
It will make it more efficient because it's going to kick on the fan as needed. So you're not constantly trying to open and close and, accidentally leaving all your airflow open too long and letting it burn out a little bit quicker. But we also use the Kamado Joe lump charcoal's really thick lump charcoal, and it's going to last you longer than most traditional charcoal will. But yeah, you literally just dump the charcoal in, you set it, you push your button, and then you can just track it from your app. It's that simple.
Wow. Okay, that's very cool. And then you were telling me that you can do pizzas on this Kamado.
So the beautiful thing with the Kamado is there's so many different accessories for it that it's not just a charcoal grill. The grates are divided in a way where we call them conquer and divide. So you can do, depending on the series, you can do them at 2 different heights or 3 different heights of grates to have meats closer to the heat to get more of a sear, further away from the meat to get a lower temperature cook. But we also have accessories. One's called the Dojo. Again, those clever marketing guys, which turns your Kamado Joe into a pizza oven.
Okay.
We have a griddle insert that turns your Kamado Joe into a griddle. We have paella pans.
Huh.
We have a rotisserie, so you can turn your charcoal grill into a rotisserie. We have steamer pots. But I mean, we have accessories to where we also have a smoker insert, which is really cool. You pop it in there and it causes the smoke to continuously roll around the meats. So when you buy a Kamado, you're not just buying a charcoal grill. Based on what accessories you get with it, you could be buying a charcoal grill. It's also a smoker, a griddle, a paella pan, a pizza oven. I mean, it's the possibilities are endless.
I like that. It seems like it's just more than just a charcoal grill. That's really a great thing. It seems to me that if somebody were building, let's say you're a chef, you live in Denver, your name's Mark, you're looking at doing a kitchen, that the grill, a Kamado, and a pizza oven, the outdoor oven rather, all 3 of those make sense for one kitchen because you have 3 different cooking methods. They could all kind of do what the other one does, but man, we entertain a lot, and it would be just marvelous to not have to step foot in my kitchen.
Absolutely, and that's the whole point behind it. We have pretty much everything you could want to entertain and cook for outdoors. So you could have your griddle outside, you could have your charcoal grill going, doing something slow. You could have your Lynx gas grill going, doing some steaks. You could have your sink outside so you don't have to run inside to clean your dishes. You could have a trash bin built in for one of our storage accessories, a heater. I mean, we got pretty much everything you need so you don't have to ever run back inside to your kitchen.
Well, this is marvelous. Alex, as we're wrapping up here, I just wanted to say thank you. We love having experts on, and you're truly, I know you're so passionate about these products. It really comes through. Where social media call outs or websites, where can people learn more about these products?
So if you're looking for all of the brands that we have, you can go to middlebyresidential.com. That will show all of our brands, and you can click on any one of those brands and it will take you to that specific website. So Evo is on there. Lynxgrills.com is one. KamadoJoe.com is one. We also have YouTube channels for all of this stuff. We have Culinary Academy. So if you go to lynxgrills.com, there is a tab where you can watch videos where our chefs cook on our products and walk you through not only how the product works, but actually how to cook on our product. Because, it's like going to buy a car, and if someone tells you how the engine works and they're talking gibberish to you and you don't know how to drive the car, everything he told you about the horsepower and the combustion means absolutely nothing if you don't know how to drive the car. Right. So kind of the same concept. We're not only just telling you about BTUs and about the burners and how they work, we're actually showing you how they work and how you can cook on them and how it's going to benefit you. So we have a lot of resources online. Like I said, YouTube, there's picture galleries. We have a free design service on lynxgrills.com. So you can go in and request a free design service. So if you're trying to sounds like you're trying to build your dream outdoor kitchen. Yeah. You can go on, pick your products. It's very simple. You literally just click on the product you want. It creates a wish list off to the side. It'll ask you a couple really simple, basic questions. And then you upload a sketch, and it can look like a 5-year-old. I know because I've done it. It can literally be a picture of a square that says 8 foot by 3 foot. I want my Kamado Joe here, my Lynx grill here, my kegerator here. You send that to us, and absolutely free, we will create CAD drawings for you. So you'll get front views, top views. You'll get to see how everything's laid out. And all of that is absolutely free. Okay, I'll definitely take advantage of that. That sounds amazing. What a great resource for your customers. And that's found at the website as well, to find all that information. Yep. I can't wait to go see that.
Well, fantastic. Well, thanks again. Thank you for joining us on this Dream House podcast. This has been our Dream Outdoor Kitchen with Alex Grando. And you can find me at ChefMarkKalix. Find my YouTube channel. I actually have quite a bit of grilling tips and tricks there myself. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. And did you know you can also find me? I have 2 pages on Instagram. You can find me at Chef with Dogs. So when I go into people's homes and I'm cooking with them, I take pictures of their cute doggos, post them on Instagram. It's really fun. So please join me there. And of course, where can you find us? Everywhere you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, Amazon Music. You can watch these on my YouTube channel at ChefMarkKalix. And of course, This Dream House, the podcast. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful new year.
You too, Chef Mark. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, and we'll catch you next time on This Dream House.